Hey guys, so I'm all tarted up right now because I've just been filming. Unfortunately I couldn't film inside because obviously it's a private set, but it's been a really good morning. I got here for 8:30 this morning and I have no idea what time it is now. I think it's it's 10 to 1, so we've had a long morning filming and I'm still full of cold, so I was coughing between takes and sneezing, blowing my nose and being completely inappropriate between takes. During actual takes I think I managed to get away with it. Sue, who kind of runs everything with her husband, she couldn't even tell I was ill, so I managed to hide it quite well, I think. So I'm all tarted up with my lips because it's basically the Claire lips, because that's my character, she's called Claire. But anyway, so now I'm going to drive home and make my cough even worse by singing musical theatre songs at the top of my lungs. Story time! So I still have a cold. It's not as blocked up as it's just mainly this cough that won't go away. But yesterday, I was catching up on Doctor Who because I had 2 episodes to catch up on, and I was watching the murder on the Orient Express in space, and I had this really horrible headache coming on, and I couldn't really pay attention to the episode after we watched it because I couldn't understand at all what was happening. But it was just this horrible headache coming on, and it was just concentrating on one side of my face. It was concentrating on the left hand side of my face, this side, and it was going all across my forehead into my eye. It was like sinusitis, it was horrible, and it was coming down and coming down to about my ear. It was covering this whole side of my face, and it was so much pain. And I described it to my mum, and she was just like, "I think you're having a migraine." My first ever migraine. That's my food beeping. But yeah, so I experienced my first ever migraine yesterday when I was catching up on Doctor Who, and it was so painful. It was 5 o'clock. I went to bed at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I went to bed, and it was just so painful. And the fact that it was concentrating on this whole top side of my face, I feel so sorry for anybody who suffers from migraines, because this was the only one I've had in my life. This was the first migraine I've ever experienced, and it was horrible. So I really do want to say sorry to everybody out there who does experience migraines on a recurring level, because my sister suffers from migraines, and you know, when you've never experienced a pain like that, you don't know how to react to it, really. But it's the fact that it was just so painful. It sent me to bed at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I slept. Now, I slept from 5 PM to 7:30, so that's 2.5 hours I slept for. And then I woke up, I came down, had something to eat, but I was basically sleeping in a dark room. I wasn't in any lighting. Even the light from the landing I had to turn off because that was affecting my headache. So I was in complete darkness. According to my mum, my room was an icebox because I had my fan on, I had my windows open, I was absolutely boiling, felt like I was dying. It's just so much pain. But then I woke up at 7:30 at night, came downstairs, had something to eat because I was hungry, but I was still in a lot of pain. Though some painkillers took the edge off it, but it was still in a lot of pain. And I managed to stay social for a bit because my auntie and uncle were over, and my cousin and his fiancée were over. So I managed to stay social for about an hour and a half. And then I went to bed at about 9:30ish, I think. That was when I went back up again. And then I just slept all the way through till 10 o'clock this morning. I've had a lot of sleep. The headache is completely gone. The migraine's completely gone, which I'm so happy about because I was just in so much pain last night. Yeah. That's my story. So I'll talk to you later. I'll have some lunch. Bye. Hiya. My computer decided to die. Well, it's kind of been dying for a while because the battery is shot to pieces, basically. If I take out if I unplug it and just let it run on the battery, it is dead within 30 seconds, a minute. Literally, it doesn't, even though it is fully charged all the time, if I try to run it off the battery, it will not last longer than 60 seconds before it goes, don't work anymore. So, I've kind of put off replacing the battery for a while now, actually, because I was thinking, well, it still runs perfectly fine when it's plugged in. It just means I have to have it plugged in all the time, which can be a bit of a nuisance, really. But now, I was just trying to upload some things onto my computer from my phone, and I was just trying to update a few things, when my computer decided that it had had enough, and it's decided that it doesn't like being run off the cable all the time. So at the moment it is doing a startup repair, because I went in trying to kind of calibrate the battery and find out if it is at the point when I actually need to replace it, but it wouldn't let me, so instead it decided to do a startup repair, and basically I have no choice in this repair. I tried to stop it from happening because I thought, you know what, it's not going to be able to do anything because I haven't downloaded anything recently. The only thing that's been downloaded recently really was the iTunes update, which has confused the hell out of me because my iTunes logo is now pink instead of blue, which has thrown me off completely. But yeah, so the only thing this repair is going to do is revert my iTunes update. That's it. Because nothing else has been downloaded recently. In fact, probably I haven't downloaded anything in the past couple of months, to be honest, I don't think. So this repair is basically reversing my iTunes update. Other than that, it's not going to do anything. So I'm trying to find the correct battery to buy online so I can order it. I think I found the right one on Play. I like to use Play because it's free delivery and it's generally quite a good price. So hopefully that'll work out. But I need to make sure I'm looking at the right code on my battery through the HP website first, because I don't have an Apple computer. The main computer is an Apple computer, and obviously I've got my iPhone. But then my pad is a Kindle. I've got a Kindle Fire. I don't have an iPad. But to be fair, the Kindle is just as good. It's got a good screen. Plus, I use stuff for reading a lot more anyway. So, it does the job. The only thing is about annoying about this is that obviously it doesn't have... I've forgotten what it's called. You know, the thing where you can connect all different iPods. But to be fair, I've got an iPhone that does that anyway. So, that doesn't really bother me too much. So, I'm in town, my dad is picking up his contact lenses. Yeah. That's this morning at the moment. Actually, what time is it? It's 12:15. Oh my god, this song drives me mad. It's on all the time. Yeah, so, me, sat in my car, waiting for my dad to pick up his contact lenses. This is the life. Hi guys, so at the moment I just had 2 scripts arrive, so this is what I'm doing now. So I've just opened one and done some highlighting, so that'll be going in my folder in a second. And now I've got another one to open, which is thicker, so I've got more stuff to learn. And I've just been learning lines last night. I've got a few more. I just basically going through trying to make sure I remember everything for tomorrow, because I'm filming in York tomorrow. And now the next one. And it's just one scene, but it's a big one, so I can go through and highlight. So I get my highlighter out and highlight each bit so I know what I'm looking at, because it makes it easier to, because sometimes you can miss it, especially if there's other characters with similar names. Sometimes you can skip over or completely miss it, so it helps to go through with a highlighter and just make sure you've got all your lines there, so it's easy, so they stand out when you're trying to learn them. Trying to turn the page. Oh, this is going to be a fun one to learn. Nice and big. So you can probably hear from the highlighter I've definitely got a bit more to learn on this one. And I thought last night's was a big one. Well, to be fair, last night's one was about 3 pages. This one is 4 or 5 pages of continuous dialogue. 4 pages. I feel so sorry for my other actress. She's got one big monologue right here that she has to learn. Oh, sorry, Nikki. We'll help you out. I'm sure we will. And I'm sure it'll be broken up for you as well. Okay. So yeah, I've been through with my highlighter. It's basically like this on every page. The other one is a relatively short one. I've only got 2 lines, and the other one it's only 2 pages as well. Well, it's 1.5 pages, I think. Yeah. So that is highlighting done. That's 2 more scripts, 2 more days. Whew. As I completely lose track of what I am doing. So yeah, hold on. So this is my folder, which has scripts in. As I've gone through, I've taken them out and put them in another folder to basically remind myself that I've already done them and I don't need to look at them again. So it's this nice big one here that I've already learnt, and then other ones not too much, so I'm gonna just keep an eye on stuff as I do it. I've gone really northern. I don't know why I've just gone really northern. 2, 3. That doesn't make any sense to you, but it does to me. That's my casting agreement that I had to sign. So there's a copy for me and a copy for the company. So that's tomorrow's script. That is the 1st of November and the 4th. So I'll just separate them with my contract so I know what I'm doing. Whew. But this is my life at the moment, learning lines, and also I am currently practicing for a choir thing. Sorry, my hair is still wet. That's why it looks like this. But yeah, I'm in a choir basically because I was in a production called Blood and Chocolate last year in York again, and it was a fantastic production to be in. I was a member of the choir. We known ourselves as the Chocolate Divas because the show was Blood and Chocolate, and we were this, and my section was the soprano because I've got a high voice, and so we were the Chocolate Divas. But yeah, so a few of us have gotten back together, and we're going to perform on Remembrance Sunday at the Castle Museum in York, so I'm really looking forward to that. And the show was basically about how York's involvement and the York, and it's basically York and the York Chocolate Factory's involvement in World War II, and it was an incredible show to be part of. And the music by Heather Fennerty was absolutely incredible. And there's the soundtrack. It's actually on iTunes. So look up Blood and Chocolate on iTunes and you'll probably find the soundtrack, which I am on, by the way. So that's pretty cool. I'm on an official soundtrack. But yeah, so getting together for that. Is it next week? I've lost track of the date. But yeah, so we've got one more rehearsal and then obviously it'll be Remembrance Sunday. So I'm looking forward to getting together and performing because I love singing and this music is amazing. So yeah, you can go look up the music on iTunes because it is an amazing soundtrack. Yeah, so this is my day today, learning more lines, making sure I'm ready for tomorrow. I've got my costume ready because just to make things easier, I've kept my costume and making sure it's clean and everything. So that's all in my bag. And yeah, so I admit I've just been on my Spotlight and my Equity and updating stuff because I feel like I haven't done that in a while. So I've got my cards here. It's all the professional stuff. I feel like I'm going really northern at the moment. I've lived in Yorkshire too long. But yeah, so I really do say that a lot. So I have got my iTunes playing on mute at the moment because you're actually resting on my laptop at the moment. So yeah, so I've got that muted and I'm gonna go down and have some breakfast because it's morning and I need to get myself sorted because I think my brain's about to explode. So talk to you later. Mwah!